Hello?
Hey, I'm here. I'm just trying to get the people from the live. I was trying to broadcast this on my live stream for whatever reason it's giving me technical difficulties. So I just put the link in my live that I set up so they can come over here.
Okay.
And then I'll just like record certain parts of this and upload it later on my channel because I don't know whatever. I'm still learning. Bear with me, guys.
Okay. Let me see here. Let's see. Mute yourself.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, I'm here. I'm just
Oh man, what the fuck is going on? Hey, welcome, family. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the special one. The butterfly herself, Roy Honest T, will chop it up with the darkness round table. All right, so we're gonna get these announcements out the way real quick. Um, Again, welcome to my channel, The Underrated Darkness. Welcome everybody. Um, Make sure the bells is lit. When I come for a powerful live show video, you'll be the first ones to get it. Share this stream throughout social media. Very much appreciate. Thank you. Also, check on the lives and the videos that I did in the past. Make sure we get those lives up. Also, I have PayPal and also Super Chat. So in case if y'all want to donate, feel free. That'd be very much appreciated. If you can't do that, because I know how I know how times is hard, hit the like button. Here we go, y'all. I told you before. I'll be bringing it. I'm gonna introduce you. The one, the only, the beautiful butterfly herself, butterfly herself, Roy Honest T.
Hey, how are you?
I'm fine, sister. I'm fine. Welcome to my channel, The Underrated Darkness. This is an honor. It really is. And the ones who do not know her channel, you could put your channel in there. It'd be very much appreciated.
I
And
sure will.
and support the sister. She's with us and everything. And we're gonna get this going. This is just say that I let people know this is not no interview. We're just chopping it up. So that's how we gonna do. But we do want to ask some questions. Um, 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 how long you been on YouTube?
I have been on YouTube since about August of last year,
Oh, okay.
but I've been really going hard with the message that I'm trying to share with the people since probably January.
Okay. That's cool. All right, nothing wrong with that. Are are you married? You have kids?
Yes, I am happily married. I have two natural children. I have a bonus daughter that I love with all my heart. Very busy mother of three.
Wow. Okay. You hear that, brothers? Happily married. She's off the market. Off the
Yes.
market. That's all right. That's all right. That's pretty good. Also, tell me where you're originally from, and then are you still where you born at? And you move or something? Let the people know, please.
Okay, so I was born in Harlem's Women's Hospital. I was raised all over New York. Like before my channel was Raw Honesty, it was Miss New York City because like my mother had us living in the Bronx, but I had family in the Polo Grounds. But I went to school in downtown Manhattan, and my grandparents lived down there, so I lived downtown too. I got friends in Hollis. I got friends in Canarsie. I got friends in the Rockaways. I used to live in Brooklyn. Shout out to East New York. Shout out to all my Brooklyn people. Brooklyn, y'all go hard, and I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? So even Staten Island, I rep New York hard. I live in Little Rock, Arkansas right now because my husband, he's from here, he lives here, and he had that swag that made me walk away from New York.
Hey, man, I wish could have been. Let me shut up. Behave myself. Behave yourself, dog. Behave yourself. I love the brother. Brother, good brother. Well, what's your hubby name? If you don't mind, yeah.
Oh, he hold on a second. Yes, darling.
I wait for my five waffles and honey.
Hold on, let me pause y'all for 1 second.
Okay, yeah, she got deal with the kids now. Welcome.
Yes, okay, I'm back.
Okay.
His name is Trey, you know.
All right, so shout out to Trey. And I will say this, we're gonna keep on going. They said black love do not exist, and we witnessed it right then and there, and y'all happily married for 3 years.
Yes, and we've been together for 5 years, and
5 years, yeah. So that means something. So that means the brother went up to New York and got you.
yes.
I like that. I like that's a good brother. Good brother.
Okay, so you have to wait a minute because mommy is doing something. Mommy told you I need 1 hour, okay, and then you have me for the rest of the day. All right? Can you please go read one of your books while you are waiting? No stomping your feet, please. That's not acceptable. Thank you. Yes, he came to New York and got me, and our love is not a conventional one because we started dating in two different states. And, my husband moved mountains to prove to me the man that he is. Like, one of the first times my husband ever came to visit me, he drove 22 hours to spend 20 hours with me and turn right back around and drive 22 hours back home. It was then that I knew this man will move every obstacle because he loves me that much. And like, for women that's out there talking bad on black men, nonsense. You gotta choose better. You gotta be patient. You gotta investigate. You gotta research. You gotta make men show you and prove to you that they are willing to love you how you want to be loved. You can't strong arm love. Love has to happen organically.
That's beautiful. Yeah, that's beautiful. Us black men, we got to pick better too. But I will talk more about that on the man's talk, and I hope that you join in the chat tonight. Very much.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. That's gonna be like 9 o'clock or a little later. It depends. But get back to what you're saying now. Tell people how we met.
We met through Lockheed Boss Lady in one of her chats. And, that's why networking is important. You have to network, you have to really spend time listening to what people are saying and where people are coming from because when you take time and you listen to people, you don't know what doors you can open,
Hmm.
you
That's
know.
that's all right. Yeah. Okay, that's all right. Yeah, and then go more on point in that it was like instant connection of brothers and sisters, and I'm gonna let it be known. And I'm gonna tell y'all this family. She checked me out too,
Absolutely.
and I think that's go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. Like when you are coming across people that, you know, are seeming to present you with a like-minded statement or, thought process, you really have to go through and watch what they're doing and watch what they're saying and listen. And it takes time, it takes patience, because some people have volumes of things to say, and you really need to make sure you listen to the nuances, because that's the only way you know the trueness of somebody's heart, is by listening. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I spent my time and I went through your page and I listened to your fellowships and I listened to what you were talking about, and I was so impressed with what you had to say, because in a sea of negativity and nonsense, you're bringing some real truth. I respect you for that.
So let me ask you one question before we continue. Get to your vision. What's the one thing that stands out? What I said that.
Unity.
Okay.
There needs to be unity. All of this discord, all of this fighting, all of this noise, it needs to stop. You need to sit in stillness in order to affect the change. If you rowdy and you running around like a little chihuahua with the yip 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 yip, nobody's gonna hear you,
Right.
because you can't hear yourself.
Hmm. Okay. Cool. So now let's now. I know we've been talking and everything, and you don't pay attention to that. Don't care about that. But let's talk about your vision that you have for humanity, but especially for our people. You hear me?
Yeah, I did. I got disconnected for a moment, but I'm back.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you a question because you might not hear it. Tell us about because I know you told me about your vision, but I want the people in our family in the panel. I mean, on the panel. I mean, in the chat to know about your vision. I mean, especially for our people. I know you talk about throughout humanity, but especially for our people. And then there was certain things that you would not tolerate, or there's certain things that you want us to strive for. You know?
Okay, so my goal is to get people to be educated. You know, there's a lot of people out here that is calling for war. And you cannot go to war with your opponent if you
Mhm.
don't understand them. Now, one of my favorite books that I always read is The Art of War, the Sun Tzu translation. And I want to read y'all a little passage from it.
Mhm.
Okay, so this is in the commentary of The Art of War. It's part of Forms of the Earth. If you get the book, it's on page 195. And it's part of like the Shambhala classics. So that's why we give them all their credit. It says, knowing my troops can strike, yet not knowing the enemy cannot be struck. This is half a victory. Knowing the enemy can be struck, yet knowing my soldiers cannot strike, this is half a victory. Knowing the enemy can be struck, knowing my soldiers can strike, yet not knowing that the form of the earth cannot be used to do battle, this is half a victory. This is the initial summary of the chapter. Knowledge of self and others is vital to the general in every endeavor. Yet it is insufficient without knowledge of the ground, the environment within which battle occurs. A lot of people are wanting to go to war and they don't understand their environment. Now, the other day and hello to everybody in the chat. I'm trying to do a lot, so if I'm not typing in the chat, this is why. But, the other day I was on your panel and the sister Skills, like, they were coming at her because she said we need jobs and infrastructure. And I absolutely respect that woman because she gets it. When we watch mob movies, when we see these drug cartels that have been taken down, even though it's a negative connotation because of the business that they're doing, they're usually being taken down from the inside. There's a mole in there. There's someone within that's able to learn what they're doing in their business and their infrastructure and tear it apart. We are foreigners. We're traveling in a land that has been constructed so we don't understand the truth. And we rage out, we get consumed by our anger. If you're operating from anger, you're
Mm-hmm.
doomed to lose.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to make your movements be purposeful. They have to be from the vantage point where you can see most, if not all, of the potential outcomes. And a lot of people ain't doing that. They stuck in a moment, they stuck in their feelings, and that's where they want to go from.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing that's so crazy to me is that people really believe that only their star can shine. Well, nature shows us that the star needs to be illuminated by many, many stars in order to shed light on the world. So, what y'all think, that one star is going to be bright enough to light up the whole world? No, that's
Mm-hmm.
a fallacy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. So let me ask you. I forgot to ask you a question. You like animals? Do you have animals? Do you have any hobbies?
Yeah, I have two dogs. I have about 20 fish in my house. My hobbies are reading. My
Okay.
hobby has been reading since I was 2 years old. I've read enough books to fill plenty libraries, and you have to read.
Mm-hmm.
You have to read in order to understand life from a different perspective. See, your vantage point is the vessel of your understanding.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are surrounded by environments that are controlled or that are chaotic, that's the way you're going to think. When you open up books and you know what I'm saying, you look at different lifestyles, different people's perspectives, you learn about different things. It opens your mind, which then opens your potential because it opens your possibilities. We have a real twisted goal in America to be rich materialistically, but not to be rich in our soul, not to be rich in our mind, not to be rich in our actions. Money is fleeting, you can't take it with you, but
Mm-hmm.
your legacy is what lives on forever.
Okay. Cool. So I'm gonna stick to reading and stuff. And I know that we talk and everything, and we do talk about reading and why reading is very essential for our children that is coming up because because
What do you
you
want
can
to
hear me.
watch tonight?
Wait, hold on a second, please, because my daughter, she's loving on me right now. Hold on.
That hey, mom's duty. Again, welcome family for coming. And very appreciated.
I'm back. Mima is cooking you a good dinner tonight, not mommy. It's Mima's turn. Hello.
Okay, now I know we talk about reading, offline and stuff, and I want you to elaborate on what you told me about why reading is so essential. Why reading is so essential? Because you know why? Because I find that a lot of there's us as grown ups too. We tend like look at Google. We want to Google this and that and everything, but we don't take the time to get the book to read and to understand and to comprehend and to understand why it's important, especially as you already know, I'm very deep in our history. And I know a little here, know a little there about sports and other stuff like that because I read. Explain to family why it's so important that instead of that we Google stuff, why we need to put that stuff down. I'm saying have its purpose, why is very certain that we need to put it down instead, get back to the basics, read a book.
Because when you look at something on Google, you're getting a snippet, you're getting a segment. Sometimes they have the full article, but the sheer volume of words can be overwhelming for someone that's not an avid reader. But it's kind of like with life. If
Mm-hmm.
I've known you since you were a child, then I can understand everything about who you are now.
Right.
That's what books are. When you start at the beginning of a book and you read through, then you understand why the author or whoever has gotten to the narrative or the point that they're trying to demonstrate to you through their literary skill. Like, you cannot open a book and turn to page 206 and think you understand what that book is about just because you may get a you know what I'm saying, a little bit of knowledge from a one passage. You have to understand every single step and every single word that comes before it. And a lot of people don't delve into the linguistics of words. Just because a word says red, where is it coming from? Is it coming from the Italian? Is it coming from the Greek? What do those words mean in their original language? That also changes the narrative of something that you read in.
Mhm.
Okay. That is cool. That's all right and everything. The question that I want to ask you, I always want to ask you that, but I never get a chance to. I see one of your lives, and you always talk about unity, and I noticed that you get on the brothers. I'm letting you know right now. She do get on the brothers, but I find you really get on the sisters. You really make sure that black woman that you make mistakes too, and you have to understand what you bring in, especially the power that you have, especially on media and the system. I want you to elaborate on with us, please, on that.
Well, I feel like this, women women hold a lot of power, and as I guess you could consider me technically a newlywed, that I have had to learn during my marriage that I have more power than I ever understood before. Because how you talk to people, how you communicate, how you interact, the choices that you make is what shapes your life. You're in control of your own destiny. You're in control of what happens to you. Nobody, nobody can control you more than you. And if you're allowing someone else to control who you are, control your mindset, control how you act, and you're not happy, you're doing a disservice to yourself. Now, women give birth to civilizations. It has always stuck out to me in watching the movie 300 and then doing further research on, the Battle of Thermopylae and what have you, that part where the woman says, "Oh, I don't care what they talking about because Spartan women give birth to Spartan men." You have to be grounded, be well rounded, be an example for the young women and men that you birth and you raise, because when you don't, you put chaos into humanity. If you don't make these children feel safe and secure, give them self-esteem, make them feel loved, make them know certain behaviors are not okay in your home, you can't be shocked when they go into the world and they're doing things that is not okay.
Mhm.
Women have to be careful of the company that they keep. If you have female friends and your female friends are messy, even if you're not a messy person, constantly ingesting the messiness into your mind, into your spirit, you will turn messy. You have to stay away from that. And also, ego. Your ego has to be in balance. You have to operate in your wise mind. If you too emotional, you over analytical, you're gonna miss life. You're gonna miss life, and you're not gonna be able to share anything with anyone. A lot of women, they come in one of two ways. They're either overly passive or they're overly aggressive.
Uh-huh.
There is there's time and place for being passive, there's time and place for being aggressive. And until you have knowledge of yourself and you get your mind right, you're not going to know which situations are appropriate. And for the overly aggressive sisters, when you when you trying to spread a masses, especially a message to the masses, especially to men, they don't hear you. They don't hear you when you loud and you yelling and you acting a fool. Again, we're going to reference back to that chihuahua. You see, when people see chihuahuas that are yip yapping and barking all over the place, they don't care what's wrong with the puppy. They don't care if that puppy got to go to the bathroom, if that puppy wants some water, if that puppy wants some affection. They just want the noise to stop, so they shoo the dog away. That's how it is with some of our sisters. You can have the best message in the world, but it's about presentation. How are you how are you showing that message?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't want anybody to think that, okay, baby, good job. I don't want anybody to think that I'm sitting here in a seat of judgment or I'm saying something that I don't understand because I speak in a calm manner right now. At one point I was that overly aggressive woman too. I fed into that stereotype of the angry black woman. And even though I have a lot of knowledge and a wealth of things to share, I had to monitor myself. I had to reassess my method of delivery to make sure that my message can be heard. And that's just what I want to express to the sisters. Like, a lot of y'all have great things to say, and I can say that with certainty because I watch a lot of people. I listen to a lot of people. And I see y'all pain too. I see y'all pain. I see your anger. I see your frustration. It comes across, it translates through. And once we heal ourselves, once we focus ourselves, we can focus our children. We can interact with our men better. We can lift them up. We can make them feel valued.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll see a change in our society.
That's good. I like that. Now, same question for the black man. What do we need to improve to gain respect back to the black woman?
Black men need to stop justifying their lack of protection, their lack of edification, their lack of being a provider on what black women are doing and where they are right now. Because a lot of black women respond and act how they do right now because they have lacked that leadership in their life. Their fathers weren't there, their uncles weren't there, or they've been abused and mistreated. So now they have a level of mistrust. See,
Mm-hmm.
the man is called to be the protector, the provider. He's supposed to be the covering over the woman in his household. So men can't sit there and just have sex with randoms and create kids and then be mad because they got to pay child support when they should be doing better before they start procreation anyway. See, a man can't sit there and say, oh, well, she's a thought or she's a hoe. Look how she dressed. Look at her hair or whatever. And then still treat her any type of way. If you treating a woman any type of way and you just another in a long line of people that have already mistreated her, where is her incentive to do better? And again, I could speak on myself in this regard. Like, because again, I had to really grow up as a woman, and women need to grow up. You need to know where your pain is. You need to understand that you can break the shell of your pain and come into your own understanding and change your life. You really can. But, men, I can't even be but so mad at the brothers because a lot of mothers are not loving on their sons how they need to. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of mothers, they replace the male energy and the male love that they're not getting in their lives inappropriately with their sons. So
Mm-hmm.
then little boys become super entitled and they have a toxic view on what love is.
Mm-hmm.
So it really is a collective. And when I talk about the butterfly progressive, I was very sure to not make my logo gender specific because I want people to understand the message I bring is for men, women, children, for all. We got to do better all together. And let me tell you guys something too. Therapy is one of the best things that you can do. And just because you go to therapy, it doesn't mean you're crazy. It doesn't mean that anything is wrong with you. What it means is you are getting in touch with the things that have poisoned your mentality and is making your life unmanageable and unlivable. Sometimes you just need to vent and express some things. There's hurt. There's hurt in the land. And
Mhm.
people are ignoring it. They're medicating with marijuana and alcohol, medicating with sex and fast living. And hey, if anybody that want to turn up and party, that's your business. Do what you do. But don't let that be the band-aid that you put over your pain.
Mhm. Okay. I'm gonna say this. We gonna keep on going. That I know when I've been through certain things. You heard about it. And I feel the one thing is all about self accountable. And then when I told myself accountable, I'm not saying that a person did something to you didn't make it wrong. Yeah, they got to be accountable for it, but not being a victim. You got to change within yourself to want to strive to be better.
Yes, absolutely.
And so when she stay asleep, we read my mind. Hashtag heal before we build. He came up with that. Don't even say the underrated come up with that. Heal before we build. And I should put that. I should put my hashtag in it, but I'll do it in a few minutes. But heal before we build. That's what it's all about. And
Salute, sheep. Salute, absolutely.
exactly. And that's his hashtag, family. Let you know right now. So if I see y'all copying, ain't gonna be nice. And also I have a hashtag too. Excuse me. Hashtag let's go for that righteous chip. Hashtag let's go for that righteous chip.
Yes.
And, oh, there's anything. You go ahead, sister. There's anything you want to.
I want to share with you guys this poem too, because this poem was very instrumental in me getting to the mindset that I have right now.
Go ahead, knock yourself out.
It's called On Pain from Khalil Gibran. Your pain is the breaking of the shell that encloses your understanding. Even as the stone of the fruit must break, that its heart may stand in the sun, so must you know pain. And could you keep your heart in wonder at the daily miracles of your life, your pain would not seem less wondrous than your joy. And you would accept the seasons of your heart even as you have always accepted the seasons that pass over your fields. And you would watch with serenity through the winters of your grief. Much of your pain is self chosen. It is the bitter potion by which the physician within you heals your sick self. Therefore, trust the physician and drink his remedy in silence and tranquility. For his hand, though heavy and hard, is guided by the tender hand of the unseen. And the cup he brings, though it burns your lips, has been fashioned of the clay which the potter has moistened with his own sacred tears. And that poem right there, every time I read it, every time I hear it, it just moves me because you don't know why you are given your pain. But I promise you, every bad moment is only built to better you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hear that, and now that's the moving poem, and then I'm gonna say this, and it goes for black women too. But brothers, again, I have to say this: we gotta have self values in ourselves. We have to make better choices, and our priorities have to be straight. If there is something that you need to get help, there's something that you improve in yourself, and that person, like I said in my last live, if they do not respect your grind, let them be gone.
Right.
Let them be gone. I know for personal experience, and I like this because my live and while you chopping up with the darkest round table, the one and only, the underrated one, the grind, it goes hand in hand. It really goes hand in hand. And I salute to everybody in the chat and everything. And that is a beautiful poem. And the ones who came late, you can always catch up on the you can always catch up on the rewind and stuff. I want to get into, because we both from New York and everything. See, I'm proud to be from New York. So I want to know, tell me your upbringings in different places that you said about almost 30 minutes ago. Tell me your upbringing in New York, how it was.
Oh my God, my upbringing in New York was amazing. It was amazing because my mother is like the strongest woman I ever encountered in my life. And, my mother wanted to make sure we knew about everything, everything. So I remember one time I was 7 and I had been going to school, downtown on 33rd Street. Guys, shout out to PS 116. Shout out to Sharon Jeffrey Roebuck. She was my teacher. I love her. She was the best. But, she had told my mom about this African Art Expo. So, my mother, she took me. We came from the Bronx all the way down to the Jacob Javits Center. And there were these statues and it was so much art and I was so excited. And this one statue, y'all, it was a couple $100. I mean, they was trying to sell it for $500, and we talking like the 80s. They was trying to get it in. It's a nice statue, but because I was so curious and I was, asking them all type of questions, they gave it to me. They say, you know what, here, baby, you just have that, and I still have that statue to this day. You understand what I'm saying? Like. And then my mom, she felt the city was too rough, so she moved us to upstate New York. And like, I went from living in the projects to living in a house, and I've kind of not ever lived in an apartment. After that, I've always lived in a house. So like, but my mom took me so many places. Like, she had me in Fresh Air Fun. I used to go to Greenwich on the summer times. I used to go to Girl Scout camp in the summer times. Like, women, you can change your children's whole life, and it doesn't matter what you have, just what you expose them to. My mother, like, I'm gonna tell you this about me too. Like, I've gone to school for law, I've gone to school for accounting, I've gone to school for nursing, I've gone to school for culinary arts, and I have a degree in science, in nursing, and in culinary arts. But my mother, when I was young, she would expose us to so many different things. Like on the holidays, other people would be eating, traditional ham, collard greens, sweet potato, macaroni, cheese, and all that. We would have that too, but then we would have like lamb. So we would be introduced to Middle Eastern culture, or we would have an Italian dish, or we would have a ratatouille. So it's like my childhood, it was so many experiences and so many happy times. And don't get me wrong, because I had bad times too. Like when I was 5 in our project building, I watched a little boy burn to death. And I was on the elevator with him before he passed away. But the badness is outshined by the good, because my mother just made sure my perspective would not be an angry one or a negative one. And she worked herself to the bone to make sure we had that. And then, like, I have a big family too. Like, I don't talk about my whole family on here all the time because I try to be humble. But my family, though, we would go on these trips and we would all be together, or we would all have sleepovers, take over somebody's apartment. Like, we had really, really good times. I miss New York to this day. Like, even before I left, because I left New York like 3 years ago, I would be everywhere, like in my church, with my people. Man, listen, New York is lit. If you ain't never been there, go there. Don't think New York City is it. New York is a whole big state. Y'all better go up in the Adirondack Mountains. Y'all better go to them Catskills. You better go, you know what I'm saying, to Orange County. It's just so much to do. New York is great, man. It's great.
You know what? I want to ask you this question because, from move away from the projects, right, and move to the house, that is a drastic change.
It
you know
is.
what I'm saying? Explain how it affect you and the family, and the balance of it, the unbalance of it.
Okay, so when you live in the projects, right? Like, if you got a couple down the hall that's very domestic, that affects your childhood because you're hearing that every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this is not all projects, and like I said, it's not all buildings in New York. But sometimes when you get in the elevator and you know some nasty person in your building done pissed in the elevator, now you gotta be real militant in how you stand in the elevator because you don't want to touch nothing. You gotta keep you a tissue in your pocket to press the buttons because you don't know what nastiness somebody did on the panel of buttons. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just it's real. You got to be so defensive when you grow up in that type of situation because everybody potentially is an enemy or everybody potentially is not hygienic. So you gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta protect yourself from all type of stuff. You gonna hear noise over top of you. You gonna hear noise next to you. There's no peace. There's no peace. So all my people that have grown up in the project, all my people that still live in the project, salute to you for being able to be peaceful and tranquil in that type of setting. It forages you differently because it makes you learn how to tune out some stuff. But
Mhm.
baby, when you live in a house and you don't have to worry about hearing nobody else, and you don't have to worry about are you playing too loud, are you doing too much, that it frees you. It's you're free.
Wow. Okay. Somebody gave me a question. Betty White, because I do not want it to be about me, Betty. I want it to be about Roy Honest T. But I'm gonna get it out quick right now. Can I ask you why I call myself underrated? Because I am underrated.
You really are.
I am underrated. I always been underrated because I'm underrated when the grinder. All right, and I'm good at that. I'm every little thing I do. I'm great in each and everything, and I am underrated because I am pure. I'm very sincere, and I fight for our people. So that and I will go more on that on the other times and everything. But I want to keep it on Roy honestly. But that is part of it. But there's a live mystique about me that a lot of people understand, but I want to keep on Roy Honesty. But that's a good question. I will elaborate on that if you're willing to come back one of my lives later on before men's talk. Okay, that excellent question. Roy Honesty. What age that you really start learning about our history and the things that the injustices of it?
When I was 3.
Wow.
You gotta understand, my mother, like I tell you, my mother is a phenomenal woman. And I wish so many girls could have a mother like my mother. My mother used to march with the NAACP. So when I was 3 and 4, I would be outside all day, sun up, sun down, sometimes even later, marching for our rights.
Mm-hmm.
This is you know what I'm saying? Some people come on here and they give you acting, they give you a facade. This is not a facade, this is who I am. It has been very important to my upbringing, to my family, that I understand the history of us.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Even now with my kids, I have flashcards that are from the 70s. And I show them those flashcards with their letters so they see us too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And like some people they be like, oh man, the old ways didn't work. But you gotta give a shout out to the Black Panther organization. You got to give a shout out to Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and Marcus Garvey and Frederick Douglass and Harriet Tubman and Sojourner Truth and Josephine Baker. You know what I'm saying? As you and I was talking about earlier, Lena Horne and whatever else. Them
Yes.
always might seem like they don't work to you because the opponent has diminished and crushed it. But understand, at one point, Josephine Baker stuck her toe in a pool and they drained the whole thing. They don't do that anymore. Understand, before they assassinated Huey P. Newton, the WIC program that still runs today, he started it. The
Mm-hmm.
housing program that people still utilize today, he was instrumental in starting that. African studies at Berkeley College, he's the first person to teach a class there. So before people go shooting off their mouth about what don't work and what was useless, understand the history and how what they did affected some change. Frederick
Wow.
Douglass with the North Star in 1847, when slavery was just getting abolished and people didn't have no money. People was sending $2 to get that North Star newspaper, and they had 4,000 subscribers for a 5-year period. Understand, economically at that time, that was monumental.
Mm-hmm.
You can't ever forget where we came from. You can't ever forget what we fought through. And if anything, people should be taking the lessons that our ancestors left behind and looking and seeing at what point did it stop working? At what point was it not fruit bearing? And then trying to tweak those aspects of it to make it more beneficial for the people on a whole.
Wow. That's deep. You know, we got some in common. We got a lot, quite a few. You know, we got some in common.
What's up?
You said you was around Black Panthers, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was around Black Panthers too when I was in Brooklyn. That was about, I said about 4, but I really started getting to know when I was 6.
Okay, okay.
So we do got some in common. We're going to build on that too, because she's going to come back, family, another time. So we might build on that. I know you talk about your moms a lot, and that is grateful. What happened to your father, and then after that, how male figures in your life has shaped you, and up to you got married.
Okay, so when I was 8 years old, my father was incarcerated. And my father had bleeding ulcers in his stomach. So when I was 8, I went to visit him one time in the hospital. My aunt was a nurse. It was at Bellevue. And so they snuck me on the floor. And I was with my father when my father took his last breath.
Oh wow,
But
sorry about that.
that's okay. It's all right. But, while my father was alive, even when him and my mother did not see eye to eye, my mother never kept my father away from me. And my father, even when he was in trouble, if he was on a little work release, furlough, or whatever, he would blow off work release and come spend time with me. My father wrote me a letter one time, and he said, "In all you do in life, you always listen to your mother." So the male figure in my life, which was my father, he made sure that I understood that I was special, that I was important, and that no matter what else was going on, there was nothing too great for him to sacrifice to make sure I understood how much I was loved. So, you know, growing up and dealing with different men, maybe as I was younger, I had a unrealistic expectation on what they should bring to the table, but it also allowed me to dismiss men real quickly because I know what sacrifice is. I know how men act and behave when they really want, when they seek, when they love, when they treasure. And I was married once before when I was really young, probably like 21. I was just being, you know, flippant. You know what I'm saying? Just doing things to
Yeah.
kind of piss my mama off, which was stupid of me. But,
Mhm.
that marriage, it ended real quick. But, that also made me sit down and reassess because my grandparents were married and they were married until the day they both died. So I have a high regard for marriage as an institution. And when my first marriage didn't work, it devastated me for a little while. But again, I had to sit in self reflection and it made me
Wow.
better. Yeah. Yeah. That's another thing, women. When relationships is messed up and you know what I'm saying? It's not all the other person. There's a portion of it that goes to you too. And until you self reflect and find out what your problems is, what your flaws are, what you want and what you don't want, you're gonna wind up in the same cycle. So with my husband, there was things that I see in my husband that I know my father would approve.
Mhm.
So he got the honor, as did I, to,
Mhm.
what I'm saying, become a union because he's somebody that is worth it. And nobody is perfect on any given day. But
Yeah.
my husband is 99.9% perfection for me,
Mhm.
for me, and
Yeah.
what I require and what I need. You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying?
Got
You gotta really know what you require. And for all my sisters out there that lost their father early or didn't have a father, that's okay too. You just gotta find men in your circumference or even outside of your circumference that speak to your spirit, that know how to love, that they actions reflect their words. Because a lot of people could talk a lot of mess, and let me tell you, ladies, I've been through it. I've been through it where I didn't believe the fairy tale, and the reality was far from the fairy tale. And that's
Yeah.
okay. It's okay. Because men go through it too. Women be talking all this good mess. Oh, yeah, I'm the best cook. Oh, yeah, I'm going to give it to you every night. That's not reality. We have to start as a community dealing in reality. You know.
Yeah. No, I agree on that because like it was so funny. I know you. I tell you about my father a little bit. You know, it makes tomorrow. It was so funny. Going, I'll take care of business. I was thinking about you, and you know, I'm so happy. You know what I'm saying to do this with you because you know, like I'm gonna let people know I was. She requests me. You know what I'm saying, and it makes me good. It makes tomorrow. Tomorrow makes 30 years. My father has passed. You know what
I'm
I mean?
sorry to hear that.
And
Yeah.
so today, no, I appreciate it. Thank you for that. And then, you know, he would have been, 90, let me see, 92, matter of fact, been 92. And I know he would have been living. He would have been real proud of me because, you know, he always says strive to be great, you know, no matter what it is. And he always says, you know, strive. And so it's so funny today that, like I said, funny. And I don't want to like just take it away from you and everything, but it does a coalition and everything. How the African spirit works, how the ancestor works. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? And then
Exactly.
no, go ahead.
Hold on one second. I'm gonna let you get back to it, but I just saw something in the comments, and I wanna elaborate on
Yeah, go
that.
ahead. Go ahead.
Marriage is not 50-50. Understand that. People have fed you this fallacy that 50-50 makes it work. No. What marriage is each person putting in 100% most days. Now, some days you may not have it. Some days you might have only 10 or 20% to give to your marriage. And your partner needs to have that 100% that day and vice versa. It's never 50-50. Each person should come to a marriage completely whole, completely understanding their strengths and their weaknesses so that they know how to communicate to their spouse. Today is not a good day for me. I need you.
Mhm.
Today is a good day for me. Do you need me? Today is a good day for both of us. What can we do to make it even better? You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
please finish saying what you were saying.
No, what I was saying is this that by today, you know, it was crazy because like you know, like you know, I'm doing it. This is that. It's not like big for me. You know, it's big for our people. And you know, when I prepare for myself, you know, chop it up with you on the darkness round table, it took me a certain positive terms. And I said, you know, I'm gonna let this African spirit work through me and work through our people. And whatever surface, it just had to surface. And I felt, and I felt this spirit from my late father and my late son. And it's like it's telling me, you know, you need to look out for this queen. You hear what I'm saying? And that's enough of me on that and everything. And it's so rare that how the African spirit had brought you to my channel. And then you came part of the darkness family. And you see how it really involved and stuff like that. And so sometimes we so stuck on us. And then other thing that we haven't come to, I was married too for 9.5 years. But the difference is you got married again, and then you know I'm still. That's another story. That's another story for the dog. There's another story now. Don't ask me no question about that. You ask on my channel, and I tell you. But we're gonna stick to you. But I feel that we cannot be stuck on ourselves. We just cannot be stuck on things that was happening. We had to learn to let days go. We had to learn from others. And I think that is the problem because we so stuck on ourselves. We so big, oh, this ain't gonna happen and that's gonna happen. How the hell you know? if you're willing to give yourself. And I find myself when I got older and involved, and if I open my mind and my heart and embrace the greatness that I deserve to have. And again, brothers, self-value is damn important. Embrace it. It's okay you did wrong. You don't have to let people keep having, oh, you did wrong thing. Embrace greatness because we are great. Our sisters want no way they be great. You hear what I'm saying? That's what Roy Honesty. She want us the brothers be great. So when she gets on you, she know there's great in us and everything. And you got it, and brothers, you got to surround sisters like that. If you do not surround us like that, they don't give a damn about you. You need to leave them alone. Vice versa as with black women. If black men do not reflect on your own shadow, you need to leave him alone too. It goes both ways. So now, as I got that out the way, it's this that now we talk about everything. We touch on everything and everything else. You know what? Now you hit me. Say I better see your damn face. So I'm gonna let you see my damn face. All right. Let's see my damn face. Come on, pop up. Oh, there you go. Pop up, pop up. All right. Now we said everything else. We talked about everything, and the question is that what did you see for us as a people to strive to still fight against this oppressed system, and plus at the same time, to be part of this human race?
Well, right now I am starting the Butterfly Progressive Foundation, and I see Sade is in the chat. Hello, Sade. Thank you for coming today. Um, my mission is to educate young women, young children, grown women, and men, and teach them about things that there is being hidden from them. There are, you know, correlations to early developmental delays, autism, inappropriate behavior in school, and the penal system. And you see that's
Mhm.
where I'm starting right now. Right now this month, and I'm gonna kick it off on Monday, but there's an interesting thing I'm gonna be watching tomorrow night, and I'm gonna give a commentary on it. But we don't know a lot in a system that is built to keep us beneath certain people. I want to make sure that we can have some type of equal footing. Now, I am doing fundraising because I want to start putting money into these programs and putting efforts out to start educating our people. And I would appreciate, any assistance anybody could give. I'm gonna drop some links in the chat to the Help Us Win fundraiser, also to my mission statement for the Butterfly Progressive. But until we have education, until we have knowledge of what our opponent is doing, we're not gonna be able to overtake them, period, until we start loving on ourselves and loving on others,
Mhm.
and being able to reason. We're not going to win.
Mhm.
A lot of people have the
Right.
inability to reason. A lot of people have the inability to focus in on the best way to bring about their message and to bring about what is good, you know what I'm saying, for the community as a whole. And I may not reach all the goals I want to reach, but I don't have no problem with starting somewhere. I grind tirelessly. I do this every single day from 6 in the morning to 3 o'clock in the morning. I network with people on YouTube. I network with people off of YouTube. I'm gonna be bringing you guys interviews and information from people that have degrees and licenses and real knowledge, you know what I'm saying, real knowledge according to, society standards for the topics that I'm going to be, you know what I'm saying, talking about. But I come to you guys with the purest of intentions from a pure heart place because I have children growing up in this world. And I would do a disservice to myself if I didn't go hard in the
Okay.
paint, you know what I'm saying, to improve society. And a lot of people, are curious
Mm-hmm. Okay.
as to why I chose the butterfly. I chose the butterfly because growing up, my mother used to always call me her black butterfly. And, my sorority, Mu Iota
Mm.
Upsilon, my, our animal or our mascot is the butterfly. But it's even deeper. When butterflies emerge, they start as caterpillars and they're on their belly crawling through the world, and that's what their whole perspective is. And then they go into catharsis of their cocoon, and they healed and they mend, and they shed their old skin, they rebuild, and they emerge as a butterfly. And their perspective is different because now they can see the whole world. They can see all the beauty that they missed while they were starting out. And I want all of y'all to really be butterflies. It is time to get into the catharsis of a cocoon and heal your inner self, heal your mind, heal your spirit, heal your perspective so that we can really affect
Yeah.
change for real. That's just, that's me in
Wow.
a nutshell.
That's deep. That's deep. That's real deep. And we need to learn from that too. And yeah, I asked that question because I'm just saying for as black men, right?
I'm sorry you cut
And
out.
there's no. Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. Yes.
Okay, so I asked you that question because I know for sisters like you, when you hear all this derogatories about a black man, as you happily marry and you're still on your honeymoon. After 5 years, as you already know already, after five, woo woo.
I think that's a
you know,
lie. I think that's a lie. I think
I just
that
that doesn't make. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I'm just
you
joking. I don't mean. I'm just joking.
you
I just
you
joking. I don't. I think every year is a doggone honeymoon. I really do that. But I asked us. I say that because by the way things has happened in our community, especially political, and we talk about stuff like that. Family, we go deep, and so the things that you've seen and the programs that consistently has been taken away from us.
excuse me.
And
Hmm.
what did you see in the political that you see in the near future that our people could benefit in your perspective?
In my perspective, if we don't start educating, we don't got no wins.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I was watching something today where like somebody was mad at The Rock because he doesn't identify black enough for them. And, you know, it brought me to this place of respectability politics. Race and nationality is something completely different. And race is what they use to pigeonhole members of society to make them feel a certain type of way about their worth because other people view them a type of way. Like, even with my Spanish brothers and sisters, my Spanish brothers and sisters find issues in society because they are looked at as either peace, Tony, as either white or black, when that's a race thing. That's not even realistic. It's not realistic. It's just the color of somebody's skin. A lot of people don't know there's black people everywhere. There's black people in Italy. There's black people in Australia. There's black people in China. There's black people in Russia.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So Until
Right.
we shake that mental limitation, we ain't gonna win. We're not. And people don't want to educate themselves on politics, which is why Tuesdays through Thursdays at noon, which is 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I give a little news segment talking about the politics. I've been on a break this week, so y'all been missing a lot of content from me. But don't think I ain't working. Your girl's always working. But I'm gonna be bringing y'all a little in-depth analysis about these politicians that are up for these primaries. But it's
Mm-hmm.
time. It's time to really to change the infrastructure, and we can't change the infrastructure unless we show up. If you're not showing up to vote, then don't show up to complain. If you want to be separate from a society, separate from the machine, you first have to understand the machine. You ever go in your house and try to fix like your washing machine or your dishwasher, your vacuum cleaner? You don't understand how it works, so you pull off the wrong thing and then it just don't never work again. Like I don't understand certain people's mentality, because even if we separate, until we buy some land up, we still got to live here inside of the machine.
Right.
So my goal is to
Yeah.
educate people on the machine. Find out what the machine is. Find out how the machine operates. Then you could be free. I guess the perfect
Mhm.
analogy would be, oh, okay, Betty White, have a good lunch. Um, the appropriate analogy would be the Matrix. They've told us everything we need to know about the system in that movie. People sleep on that movie too.
Mhm.
But you know.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. I see. That's what's up. Yeah. Um. Yeah. I understand that. Okay, So let me ask you a question. Do you? I mean. What? There anything? Any political happening in Baltimore? I mean, not Baltimore. I mean, in Arkansas. Any movement for Black people? It's really
Arkansas
happening.
was Arkansas was the birth of one of the most major civil rights movements. This is where Brown versus the Board of Education came to fruition. This is where the children were marched into the schools with the military when schools were first integrated. I live in the
Mm-hmm.
seat of history, and I've been.
Oh, that's right. Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been to the high school. You understand what I'm saying? Like when I tell you darkness, like the way my life is set up and the places I wind up, they're always related to civil injustice, and like it's real crazy. It's real crazy. And I've been scared for a long time to just really come with the meat of my message, because everybody that's tried to lead a civil rights movement has wound up assassinated. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So it's real crazy, and you gotta really ingest that too. Like every time someone tries to do something to liberate the minds of the people, they kill them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. The world we live in is real crazy. It's real deep. You gotta tread with caution. And you
Mm-hmm.
cannot tread with caution unless you are educated to know which situations are dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
And people feel like, college is not for everybody. And that's an absolute true sentiment. College is not for everybody, but you can self
Uh-huh.
educate. You can become an autodidact. You know what I mean? You can change
Uh-huh.
your own narrative. But I see you got eyes everywhere. You are doing everything, multitasking.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get things straight because my things keep on going on. You know I'm multitask. I get it done, so it's done. Now, Anna, could you spare a few more minutes?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. You can spare a few more minutes. Now, I do want to ask this question. And the ones that. Oh, okay. Let me get this. I'm gonna take the camera off because the camera's acting crazy. Take this off. But I want to ask you this question. What do you believe that finally that the black men and the black woman we should work on talk about relationships among each other as we used to do? And I mean, do more family. I mean, of course, because I remember you said a little hour ago that you and his name is Trey, right?
Yes.
Your husband Trey. But I'm saying before that, your husband to be at that time, you're caught, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you think that I've said do our social media, but on YouTube, do you think that we should have lives and talk about stuff like that?
Absolutely, because terms like simp is deplorable. It's deplorable. Black men already being emasculated, and then people telling a man what he is doing, that he is called to do, that he is supposed to do, makes him less than a man.
Mhm.
That irritates my spirit every single time. Every time.
But yeah, but let me explain to you what simp is. I'm gonna tell you what simp is. Now, people have different simp means. I'm talking about as a man stance. When a woman do ratchet things and do wrong things, and then that's when the man said it's okay that he goes with it instead of have his masculinity to say that is wrong. It's not checking on it. That's a simp. That to me, that's the definition of simp to me. But I understand what you're saying because people talk about simp and talk about other things, and they take have had different variations, and at times it doesn't make no sense. And sometimes it makes it very personal. And that's the definition that I get from
Hey,
it. And that's
but
good.
also like
You
leadership
breaking up,
role.
sis.
I know. I hate this. I don't know what's going on with this hangout. It's because we're talking too much truth. Is it clearer now?
Yeah.
Okay. So if a man, right, is not stepping up to the leadership role, it's inappropriate to like give him a label that's disrespectful. That's when brothers need to pull that brother aside, like, listen, bro, you're not leading your house correctly. Not that he's a simp or he's a sucker or a clown or anything like that. Just, you know what I'm saying? Teach him leadership. That's why we need our brothers, because those of y'all that got good sense, those of y'all that got good leadership qualities, we need y'all to lead your brothers so that they know how to lead.
But
Because if you have a broken woman and you have a man that doesn't know how to lead and he's yelling at her or he's arguing with her ineffectively, she's just going to become worse.
yeah, but I'm gonna say this, sis, and I want you to understand this with all due respect. There are some brothers that don't want to change. And then what they would do, like brothers like me and people like the brothers in here, they said something wrong with us. But at the same time, it be some of these sisters that are toxic, and then you got another brother, that other brothers that are toxic. They is not building. So I'm saying for me, I don't want to be part of it. I don't want to be part of it because if I'm doing something wrong, I'm not gonna say I expect you because that's what I hope that you will come, yo, underrated. This is wrong. We need you to get back into that. But there are some brothers that they feel what they doing is right and they don't want to listen. That's why I always talk about that authentic listening. They don't want to develop that. And so understand we have these brothers, we got to call them out. And at the same time, you're not helping the women because you letting this woman to be toxic, and it is not just hurting our community, but it's hurting herself of her greatness, which he become to be. And the brother, he's not sacrificing too. I hope you get it.
I
You got
do. I
okay.
do. But, you know, What other people think about the mission that we are traveling on, it's not really our business. Because I'm gonna tell you this, it's a statistical anomaly. If you keep pushing forward with a positive agenda, 9 times out of 10, people will hear you. There's always going to be that one defector. You know what I'm saying? There's always going to be that one squeaky wheel trying to get some grease. And people, men and women, need to just ignore people that's speaking things that's not truthful. If you're not
Right.
talking the truth, I'm going to ignore you. Period.
Mm-hmm.
With the T, the entire period. Like, I don't got time, and I don't want to come off no type of way,
No,
but
no, 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 no. This, no, 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 no. Don't start. We talk about it. Let it out. Because it was he. Before you continue, I'm going to cut you off. That's what it's all about. Because hey, I can say same things wrong and everything, but it's your time. Let the people know, please. Elaborate.
I okay. So if you got a purpose and you got a mission, right? Depending on
Yeah.
that purpose and that mission, and you give somebody else the power to take you off your mission, that means you ain't really had no mission. You was just out here running your mouth and making noise. You understand? When you got purpose, when you driven and you have ambition and you have an agenda that you want to push, you have a narrative that you want to get out, can't nobody take you off that. They can't take you off your dean. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and a lot of people get taken off because they don't believe it for themselves. I got a video out there. It is a little bit long. It's probably like 19 minutes. And it's called A Cautionary Tale of Showmanship. Like, some people got magic. They got real magic because that's how they live. You
Mm-hmm.
understand what I'm saying? And some people, they try to capitalize off it. They try to copy it. They try to imitate and mirror it, and you can't imitate true magic. True magic is watching a seed turn into a flower. That's real magic. You
Mm-hmm.
understand what I'm saying? So if you over here trying to take construction paper and piece together a flower, it is going to pale in comparison. And then some people going to feel some type of way because they can't shine how you shine because they don't have that magic. You know what I'm saying? You gotta ignore that. Ignore that. Because what's for you, what's purposed in your destiny is gonna come to you anyway. And the effort and the time you waste worrying about people that don't agree and people that are not aligned with you is taken away from the people that are aligned with you. It's taken away from the people that do agree with you. It's taken away from the message that you are trying to share. People got to be focused. And that is the crux of what is wrong with Black society.
Mm-hmm.
People get distracted by what? Jordans, games, bullshit. Excuse my mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all be distracted by the world that you forget we not a part of this world. We was not meant to be here.
Mm-hmm.
And American descendants of slavery need to understand too, the term African American is not even an accurate term. If you think that all the slaves in America came over on them ships, you got a lot of self-educating to do. The majority of us that are here and have brown skin, we are in fact Native American Indians, but that's a topic for another time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's conspiracy. You've been taught your whole life that you less than. And if you want to believe it, believe it. I know better. And I'm here to tell you you're not. You're kings among kings, you're queens among queens, and you need to start living in that truth.
Mm-hmm. Well, hey, men to that.
Facts though. Facts though.
Yeah, no, but we're gonna ask like maybe 2 or 3 more questions. That'd be good.
Sure.
Okay, cool. Because I know you gotta deal with the little ones, and we gotta be fair, though. She's a mother, and brothers. I know you coming. She's happily married,
Yes.
so she's
Yes.
off the market.
You're so silly.
Nah, but I just wanted to let you know. Thanks for blessing. Yeah, yeah. Put in there. I want you to jump on that and support each other, please. Art, my brother Art, the professor of our community. How you feel, my brother? But
Hello, Art.
Yeah, and that's one of the brothers right there. I could say that encouraged me. He the one gave me the name, the great. That I know you see the great visionary.
Yes.
He the one gave me that name.
When I actually spent some time on his channel, and every time I walk away from his channel, I leave feeling fed. That's another thing too. Like when you spend time on YouTube, there are so many great content creators like Art, like Sheeps, like DOD, like AM1. You know what I'm saying? Like Dr. Rick Wallace, like brothers that are given real knowledge. You have to you have to make sure in all things you do in life that there's balance. Even if you like the messiness, we all do like that drama, that you know what I'm saying, key stuff. But you gotta balance it in with something that's going to nourish your soul. You gotta balance it in with some news. You gotta balance. You know what I'm saying? You gotta pull from all resources. That's how you become a complete person. Anyway.
No. I'm glad you go on at that point because when you put me in that class, and I don't want you to take it like that I'm less of myself. Nah, it's not that. I'm a grinder. You hear what I'm saying? I've been grinding ever since I was little. I think I was grinding when I came out my mom's wombs and my late pop's knapsack. I believe that. I really believe, and I believe that I was made be a certain warrior for our community. I've been through a lot and everything, and I said that for me that again to have you on is give me that reassurance that to teach more, to learn more, and to be around brothers like had you mission. You know that yeah, I'm part of that class. They stick our chests out. You know what I mean? And sisters need to stick. You know what I mean. I'm not going.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Have some
Yeah,
pride.
dang, woo! Thanks for saving me, bro. They saved me. They saved me.
You
Thanks for saving me. But I'm thinking, but I feel that um nah, this is no Mac. This her time. You could join another time. You can join another time. But yeah, no, what it is. This your time. So this your time. It's your time. You can join another one. No problem.
okay.
No, can't join this. No, we can't. Nobody can. It's your time. Set it up. Brother, the butterfly Roy Honesty will chop it up on the darkest round table. Read the title. It's her time. So this is it. But the thing about there's a question I want to ask. It's gonna come to me, but again, I salute to you, sister, of your existence. I respect you, and I know other people respect you, and we appreciate what you're bringing, and what you're doing is not vain. And we love you. I love you, and we love you. And the
Thank
brother,
you, and I love you guys too.
and I'm gonna tell you, I know sisters, you got her back. So we gonna put it up. We gonna throw it out there. I know your sister have her back and everything, but our brothers, we salute you. We love you.
Thank you very much. It's crazy with YouTube because I've been having, you know what I'm saying, these thoughts. I've been wanting to share my perspective with the world. And, when I encountered so much opposition during like the Black Panther movie, oh my God, you cannot even imagine. People were like, oh, well, be happy we get in a movie like this and Wakanda forever. And it just didn't sit right in my spirit that we were being tossed a chew toy, and that was supposed to be the band-aid over all of the police murder, all the police brutality, all of the brutality that happens to our brothers and sisters behind the correctional facility walls, to see our sisters and our children murdered without consequence or action, to see
Yeah.
that genocide, you know what I'm saying, constantly
Mhm.
goes on, and people can be pacified by Wakanda forever. No, black power, black power, black power. Okay, and I love my white people too, but I'm about increasing the sense of self-love and self-pride in our community because it's gone. So when I see so many people vibing off my positivity and vibing off of what I have to say, it's like, oh, okay. There's people out here that get me. So when y'all be showing me love and y'all subscribe to me and y'all leave me comments and stuff like that, it means the world to me. To everybody that has made a donation in one form or another to the Butterfly Progressive, I appreciate y'all. That means the world to me. That means y'all believe in me and trust me. I'm somebody worth believing in. Cause I'm not gonna stop until I see growth in the community. Like my
Sit.
family, right? My family this week had to make me sit down. They have had to take my phone and my tablets and stuff away from me because I don't even love into myself and invest into myself because I understand how important the message is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like, we got work to do. Anybody that want to work with me to educate the people, to educate the community, to start bringing people real knowledge, to start coming up with real solutions.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if you black, white, Spanish, Asian, Indian, whatever, because I don't live in a place of hate. I live in a place of love because we all got to work together to build a better humanity. And that starts with a better personal self identification and awareness. But anybody could email me at the butterflyprogressive@gmail.com. I'll put it in the chat. Because let's get together, let's make it work. And do understand that every movement that has got us even steps closer to normalcy was not done all by one group of people. It was done as a collective. And I need black people to understand too that everybody that don't look like you is not your enemy. Some of my biggest help through this endeavor has been people that are not black. But I have had a lot of people that are black have my back and support me too. But just know, just because somebody got white skin, they ain't a devil and they ain't your enemy. Some people are still in their heart the purest and the true of heart. And it's just like how we don't want to be judged for the whole of our group. You know what I'm saying? As individuals, neither do they. You cannot conquer anything with hate. Any action done in hate, any action done in anger is always going to fail. You have to come from a place of love. Love is the solution. Marvin Gaye done told us, only love can conquer hate. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
really tune into that. I don't know. That's all.
Now, well, I know it's coming in and everything, but I could say this that um, this has been a treat. This has been a treat, and the ones that came late, whoo, y'all miss a lot, but you can always catch it on the replay and stuff. And but there is one more question that I want to ask. That um, will you come back?
Absolutely.
Because there's quite a few things that we have not been touched. And she put out her email. I want you to copy that, and wherever you know endeavors that you have, let her know. I want. Will you come back soon?
Yes, absolutely. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my forced vacation. But Monday I'm gonna be lit. We're gonna be live, and I'm gonna bring y'all something very interesting. But yes, starting next week, anytime you would like me to show up, I'll definitely be here.
Okay,
And
no, it could
true.
be next week because I'm gonna be busy myself. Now you know I always do. What's your last remark? So put in your last remarks, and then you wait, and then you wait, and then we close it out.
Okay. So this is what I'll say to wrap it all up. I love each and every one of you. I never want anybody to feel alone. I never want anybody to feel broken. Know that in getting to know me as I'm building my channel, as I'm building my brand, I am accessible. I got emails, y'all can email me. I got a business number, you can call me. You know what I'm saying? I'm always going to give you a fresh perspective, and I'm going to give you the unadulterated truth. Um a lot of people on here are super cocky and they're self-serving. My YouTube channel is my love letter to the world. It's not about me. It's
Mhm.
about increasing the children. It's about educating women. It's about educating men. And in any capacity that I can help you, I will. I'm always available. And there's plenty of people in the world, in this YouTube streets or whatever, that can tell you I'm real about mine. I don't know about nobody else. But me and the way that I live my life and how I respond to my calling from my vertical connection, it is different. And the only way you can know that for sure is if you invest some time and spend some time with me. But I got like 240 videos, so y'all could go through and get to know me, and you'll see from my day one video to my yesterday video. It's me. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that's changed is my editing and my graphics have gotten a little bit better. But the message is always the same. I love y'all. Be blessed.
Okay. Thank you very much. That's it?
That's it in a nutshell. Till the next time.
Okay, to the next time. I want you to stay right there. Family, this has been a treat. She had gave us a whole lot to think on, to eat on. And I could say, this is not really the first time I did this. Like the second time I chopped it up with my brother, Ty Legacy. That's like months ago, but it came okay. But this is the first one I did, and it's not. People say, "Oh, this is a interview." This is not an interview. Since she just chopping it up with the Darkness Roundtable. We chopping it up, and I'm glad that you came to the Darkness Roundtable, sister. You always welcome to the round table. This channel is all about finding solutions. It's all
Ab-
about. Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
no. Absolutely, absolutely. And thank you for the open invitation. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and so this been a excellent conversation for
Thank
me.
you. Yes, and thank you for making me feel welcome because I was super nervous, but
I told you I got you.
you did.
I said I got you. So I got you. See my word is bomb.
Yeah.
Right. So you heard it from the butterfly, the black beautiful butterfly herself, Roy Honest T. When doctors got your back, I got your back. To me, I'm gonna make sure everything goes smooth. But you was not. It seemed like you wasn't nervous.
Yeah, because I told you, like I sat and I meditated and I prayed or whatever else before I came on the airways. So, I didn't I'm all right. It was, I just had to prepare myself. I appreciate you though. I appreciate you for this opportunity because I think a lot of people really got to know a little bit about me today. Thank you.
Oh, definitely. They really did. And they learned a lot from you. And yeah, I'm saying if you want to work to strive for people, she's the one. I will vouch for that. Very strong and firmly. So again, thank you so much, family. And I want to thanks again our beautiful black butterfly herself, Roy Honest T, to bless us on the Darkness Round Table.
Thank you guys. You guys have a great day. And again, the email is thebutterflyprogressive@gmail.com. And please come check out my webpage at rawhonesty.productions. Thank you guys, and I'll see you soon. And JT, we'll talk later.
Definitely. And also, it's going to be a man's talk tonight at 9 o'clock. It might be a little later, but I might do a live. Little later on. I don't know yet because I might have to step out, but I did a live earlier. You did hear some of it?
Yeah, I had heard a few minutes while I was driving. Yeah.
You tell the people, you know, what I talked about, then I'm closing up.
It was deep, like, and I was driving, so it was in and out. But we were talking about the community, like always talking about the community, and it was about grinding for ourselves, and you know what I'm saying. How we gonna get ahead? Support Black businesses, support each other. Let's grow, network and grow. One thing that you can do in life to advance the community is network and support. And most of the time, support is free. But guess what? If you got money to support McDonald's, to support Starbucks, to support Dunkin' Donuts, you got money to support a Black business.
Right. Exactly. So I want y'all to check that out. I did that before. That mean and says she chop it up on my round table. Very is all about the voices ones. I'm just giving you a little bit, wet your beak a little bit. So I want you to check it out. And the ones who came late, you can always catch it while it was on the rewind. Lot of information, lot of love, lot of encouragement. And Black men, take this as a encouragement. Okay? Sisters, take that as encouragement to build. Because the only way we're gonna solve this, it's gotta be between the Black man and the Black woman. That is the only way we're gonna solve this. So until next time, let me see. Creole AK delivered. Oh, Bomb Cherry, you came too late, sweetie. Catch it on the rewind. Thanks again to the one and only Black Butterfly. Roy Honest T will chop it up on the Darkest Round Table. Like I said before, I did a live earlier before this, and I might do a live after this. I don't know what time because I might have to run out, take care of something, but definitely Man's Talk is going to be tonight. We're going to talk about self-value again. We got to go deep because we accomplished a lot last week, but we're going to go deeper tonight. We're going to go deeper tonight as men.
And I will be there.
And then I'm so sisters. And so be
Creole AA. Creole said she was here from the beginning listening. And thank you, sis.
Oh, thank you
sis.
so much.
Because I come to your lives too, and I listen to what you have to say too. And you talking good stuff a lot of the time too. I appreciate you, sis.
Thank you, Bomb Cherry. Thank you. I hope you hit the like. That'd be real nice. Because I hit likes on yours, so hit likes on. Nah, I just mess with you. But yeah, support Bomb Cherry. She got excellent information on there. She's true and everything, and I vouch for it too. But brothers, we have to have self-value. We have to know what value we are, and we have to have. We have to be better, man. Be better. Okay? And sisters too, be better. Strive to be better. But on that note, because she got to do the mother thing. So thanks for everything, family.
You're welcome.
You got to go. On that note, the beautiful Butterfly Roy Honest T and JT got to go. No, the underrated one, the grinder to go. This one is Ghost.